Not real. Well, yes. I mean, we started out 30-70 and went to 40-60, went to 50-50, and went to 60-40, 70-30, and now we're here.
Yep.
Um, he worked 5/8 on the dirt one day, and galloped out good and strong, and then I started working him on the turf after that. And first time we worked him on the turf was a very good work. The next one was even better. And the one last Sunday was even better. So I think that he really came along in the progression very well, and that's why we're here. If he hadn't, we wouldn't be here.
Sure. And then as a result of that, do you go in comfortable, confident?
Yeah, no, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, good.
It's hard to be overly confident when, we haven't run since June the 8th or something.
Sure.
Coming off an injury, but the injury won't really be a factor at all. But
the injury won't be a factor.
No, and I don't think the rest of it will be a factor. I mean, I think that if he's the best horse and we get some racing luck, I think he'll be awful tough.
What does it say about him and his ability that you're even trying to this?
Well, that's the only reason. I mean, he couldn't try it if the horse didn't have the ability and like to train as much as he did. I mean, it wouldn't even be work. But he's the one that's brought himself here, and just because he likes to train, and he's progressed in the right way. He never got behind, and he never got in front. And we were lucky because we never missed a work, we never missed a day of training because of anything. If we had, then we probably wouldn't be here. So everything worked out good.
Now, some people would have just called it a day and not even tried to bring him back. I mean, he ran well in the turf even though he didn't win it. Was it important for him to win this to make a stallion, or what was kind of the factor?
Well, the biggest thing is we started out the year with the idea of making the Breeders' Cup. That was our goal, and the injury happened at a time that when we could give him a time, maybe a little bit of aggressive time, and see where he took us. And there was never any pressure to get here by Mr. Phipps or by Mr. Stronach. I'll leave that up to you. And if he had ever made a mistake along the way, as I said, he wouldn't. He'd be at Stronach's farm.
Given the kind of bad luck he had in this race last year, is there almost a sense of unfinished business coming into this year?
I think so. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to watching him run. I mean, it all didn't go as planned this year, and it would be sure a nice culmination to see him come over here and run a good race, and hopefully could win.
And also one of the ones, obviously we know what point of entry is, but you have him booked here as well, and he's been, he hasn't won this year, but it seems like he's been closing right there on paper with the speed in this race. You think he could set up for him?
I think so. Very consistent, all year. I thought, maybe he could have been a little unlucky they didn't win the Kelso, but that's part of it. The pace didn't set up, and I think the pace is set up. I think the 2 turns will help him. The blinkers we put on him for the Kelso, I think, put him in the race better, so I think that'll help too. So he had a tremendous work on Sunday morning. Javier worked him. I mean, it was 49-1, but he was just sitting there, and he came back. He was smiling from ear to ear. So, like I say, we're taking a little bit of a shot, but I think he's doing it.
What is it about him? He just seems to be such a hard-trying racehorse every time.
I don't know. He's a neat little horse. He likes doing what he's doing, and people ask me, well, why is this going to be his last race? I said, because I don't want to take. He's 7 years old. He's racing up.
So
there's nothing wrong with him, but I just don't want to take a chance on something being wrong with it.
So this is it?
Yeah, this will be it.
And this is also definitely, is this the last race for point of entry too?
I would say so, but I can't say that. I have not discussed that with the principal. It could depend on a little bit how he runs.
Sure. Happy to be back?
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. I wish I had about 6 more, but I don't.
How is Orb doing?
He's doing fine.
What kind of made you guys point for the Cigar Mile as opposed to maybe a race like the Clark Handicap?
Well, that's a good question. And probably just because I had to ship him 30 minutes instead of, overnight. And, just came up on the schedule. And I'm not sure that that's going to really come to fact either. I got to get this over with and see. I mean, he's doing fine, but there's been some talk on maybe not, and just wait and see what happens with next year.
Oh, so it's not even
it's not
definite yet that he might
no,
go?
It's in pencil.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
All right.